Hi, and welcome to this edition of 911fitness.tv. I'm Tom Terwilliger, and I'm here with the 911 Fitness Challenge creator, Jim Sayih, along with motivational speaker, international transformational coach. This is Bert Oliva. Bert, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. You know, some of the conversation before we really got the cameras rolling had me motivated. I mean, you really know how to tap into people's psyche and their unconscious and keep them moving in the direction they want. And I know, Jim, you had a specific question that might really help some of our viewers.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Bert, for coming with us. Really an honor for you to be on our show for our viewers. Our viewers are doing this challenge for one thing in mind. They want to lose fat and gain muscle. They are very committed. It's a 12-week program. And my question to you, Bert, is how can we keep our competitors focused on the finish line so that they get the maximum results they can ever get?
Well, I'm going to answer that question, but before I want you to answer that question, because you've been doing this for how many years now?
A million.
A million years. So you started when you were
a long time,
right? But the example, how do you stay motivated every day?
Well, that's a great question, Bert. I'm glad you asked. And I love to share this with people because I'm often asked this question. And the thing I love to do most is I like to commit myself to things. I don't care if I got to commit myself to a marathon run, commit myself to a 150-mile bike ride. I don't care. Just commit. Once you register and you commit and you pay the bill and you send it in, and now it's like I got the date on the calendar. Now what do? Well, I'm committed. You know, it's kind of like logging it in.
Focused. You have that one.
I have that target. My target is right there, so I'm looking at it all the time. So now what I can do is I got a plan. So I plan backwards. I say, how do I get to that point? So every day I'm thinking about the event. If I go a period and I don't have an event, it could be pretty dull for me. And you know, I gotta find something. And all of a sudden a month or two goes by, I got nothing to do. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta commit to something. Maybe I'll go do the eco challenge. Oh, that seems pretty freaking crazy. But you know what? I'm committed, it's intense, and you know what? In the long run, ultimately, I benefit from it because all I'm doing is just creating higher levels of personal development for me. It affects me.
What you're saying is, when somebody's looking at this from the back end, like for example, when I'm looking at it, is basically you're actually seeing the finish line first.
Yes.
You're seeing the result. So
yes.
To you, it's second nature. You're seeing yourself completing the end result. This is what I'm going to look like. Then you can work your way towards it and see it, and then celebrate yourself as you're taking every step. One of the things that we've forgotten as children, when we're children, we are all always having fun. You put a bunch of children together, they don't know what not having fun is. As adults, we're concerned. We're concerned about society. What's society going to say? They're going to judge me. They're going to judge you anyways. Whether you're skinny, you're tall, you're short, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be judged. The whole thing is just to start living life and not letting life live you. So one of the things is that what you're saying is, I see the end result. I see the finish line first. So every day we wake up, you see, okay, I need to do this because if I do this, I will actually achieve that long-term goal.
Part of planning.
And it's really a short-term goal because 3 months is nothing. We go through it overnight. Blink of an eye. How do you stay motivated?
Well, for me, I have to attach, and again, one of the first things I do is identify something that I know I want or need to achieve. The second thing I do is and probably the thing that keeps me motivated on a daily basis is having a meaning behind it. Having something that I'm either going to gain that I can't live without, or losing something that I've already worked so hard to obtain. So I really give the why I'm doing what I'm doing a tremendous reason, a tremendously powerful motivational reason. And if I don't live up to the actions needed to make that happen, then I start to realize, whoa, I'm losing something that's going to really help change my life.
It's funny because me listening to you, both of you talk, you have to listen to the words you're using, which we can talk about later in the next segment. But the words that you're using are very powerful. Also, your physiology. You guys are talking, and the motivation is coming through. In fact, you don't have to think about it. It's just part of your subconscious mind. You actually motivate yourself with these words and triggers your subconscious mind for you to actually achieve all these goals. You've done it for your competitions throughout the years. You've done it since I've met you years ago, like 1,000 years ago, right? I remember years ago that same thing. You've always followed through all your dreams. That's why you're doing this TV show. This was a dream 5 years ago, and today it's becoming a reality. And this is awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of this. So we're going to have fun. We're going to start talking. What do you want to talk about next? The feeding the mind?
That's right. That's why we're in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen because it's about feeding the mind. You're wondering, why are we talking about motivation in the kitchen? It's about feeding the mind.
Beautiful. So what do you guys, let's go to the next segment? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah. Our next segment, we're going to talk about visualization. We're going to step-by-step plan this whole thing out with Bert Oliva. Tom Muscleman Terwilliger.
I am excited because number one, I mean, you can always learn something. No matter how much you immerse yourself in personal growth and goal achievement, there's always something new to learn. And to work with someone like yourself is truly an honor, I think, for all of us as well. If we can take one small step every single day to achieving our goal, particularly during this 12-week challenge, then all of a sudden you're going to find yourself there. So you're going to help us elicit some of those strategies that we've used on our own lives to create success, and teach us how to be able to reproduce those again and again. So, in our next segment, we're going to take it to a whole new level. We're going to be talking about thermogenics, and not the kind of foods you eat, but rather how you heat up your subconscious mind to achieve whatever you want with Bert Oliva. I'm Tom Terwilliger along with Jim Sayih, and stay tuned because the next segment of 911fitness.tv is going to be something you don't want to miss.